Hello everybody and welcome back to another online Chinese history class with me, Tony. In the last class we talked about King Huan trying to rebel against Duke Zhuang, who was secretly controlling the dynasty and pulling the strings of the throne. However, the rebellion failed and King Huan was shot by an arrow. This marked the beginning of a new definition of kings of the Zhou dynasties, barely holding any power at all, and it was the start of the spring and autumn period, and the king was only there for the appearance of an ordered dynasty. However, the whole ton, lots of royal princes couldn't all have equal power, and that's why there arose 5 Hegemons who stood higher than the other royal princes. The first Hegemon who appeared was Qi Hengong, also known as Duke Huan of Qi. At that time, the kingdom or state of Qi was in extreme chaos, with lots of battles and wars going on. His personal mentor Bao Shuya escaped with him to the kingdom of Zhu. Qi Hengong's younger brother, who was called Jiu, also escaped with his mentor Guanzhong, who was a really good friend of Bao Shuya. After some time, the royal prince of Qi was slain. Since Qi Hengong and his brother were both relatives of the royal prince, they became possible candidates to become the next royal prince. So they started racing towards the capital of Qi to claim the title of royal prince. Guanzhong was really worried that Qi Hengong would arrive earlier, so he set up an ambush near the road they were taking, wanting to kill him so that there would be 100% chance that Jiu would become the royal prince and he would hold a lot of power since he was his mentor. Guanzhong hid behind a boulder, waiting for the sound of hooves to arrive at his ears. When they did, he readied his bow and arrow, checked that it was indeed Qi Hengong's carriage, and shot the arrow straight into his waist, causing him to spit out blood and fall. But wait, how will Qi Hengong become the next Hegemon if he's dead? The answer is, he did not die. Guanzhong was extremely unlucky. The arrow hit Qi Hengong's belt, which stopped it from going too far into his body to do any fatal damage. Qi Hengong knew that someone was trying to assassinate and kill him, so he bit his tongue to generate blood to spit out, to make it seem like he was injured, and fatally so. However, Guanzhong did not know this, and did not know that he faked his death. So he breathed a sigh of relief, which was very bad since it didn't relieve him of anything. He felt that they had no need to hurry to the capital since there were no competition left to race. Meanwhile, Qi Hengong and Bao Shuya took a shortcut to the capital. When Jiu arrived, Qi Hengong already was the royal prince and had claimed his title. What do you think happened next to Jiu and Guanzhong? They were both ordered by Qi Hengong to be executed. B. They were both ordered by Qi Hengong to be executed. However, Bao Shuya intervened and told them that it wasn't right to do so, and they still had pretty good use to him. So Qi Hengong listened and spared both of them and made them normal citizens. Or C. They were both ordered to be executed, but Bao Shuya intervened and told him to not do it. Same as option A, but Qi Hengong did not listen this time, creating some distrust between them, and of course at the end he did kill Jiu and Guanzhong. D. Jiu was ordered to be executed, but Bao Shuya convinced Qi Hengong to not execute Guanzhong because he could contribute a lot and way more than what Bao Shuya could ever do to the kingdom of Qi. Or E. Qi Hengong forgave them because he was a very benevolent king. Jiu and Guanzhong then worked as ministers under his command, and with their combined forces, the kingdom very fast. I'll give you some time to answer this multiple choice question. Alright, time is up, and the correct answer was D. His first decree, Qi Hengong's first decree, was to execute Jiu for treason. All the people thought that Guan Zhong was done for too, since he was the one who actually shot the arrow. But it seems that his luck, instead of aiding his arrow towards his head or his neck, or surpassing the belt or towards his heart, no, it didn't aid that, but it did help in this situation. The luck transferred here, and Bao Shuya, since he was a very good friend of Guan Zhong, like I've mentioned before, they've done business together, they were business partners, they grew together, and they knew each other a lot. He told Qi Hengong to keep him alive, because he will be of very good use to him. He told him that Guan Zhong was much smarter and much more capable than he ever is and will be. So Qi Hengong trusted him and released Guan Zhong, and even gave him the position of the prime minister, replacing Bao Shuya. With Guan Zhong's help, the kingdom of Qi grew more and more powerful. As time passed and kingdoms fought, less and less people cared about the kingdom of Zhou, because they were gaining so much power of their own without any command from him. However, since Qi Hengong had a lot of fame and power, he gathered all the kings, at least most of them, and told them to unite together to fight invading tribes instead of amongst themselves. He also told them to protect the king of Zhou, because that was the heart of dynasty. He was the heart of the dynasty. The king of Zhou was very surprised at this, because he felt like he was losing influence as each minute passed by. He became delighted and gave Qi Hengong bigger ranks and spread his name throughout the entire dynasty, leading him to gain even more fame and power. Which was Guan Zhong and Qi Hengong's plan? That was the story of the first hegemon. A very, very powerful one. And that's going to be it for today. See you guys next time, where we talk about more Hegemons.